Hello everyone, it's me Leo again. This time I'm going to record part 48 of my Riding Spirits 2 gameplay. This time I'm going to do the 70s vintage endurance, so I'm going to change to a bike from the 70s, which is gonna be... I had a few options because, well, I haven't used of the classic bikes available, which are usual. I think they are only Japanese bikes, yeah, because the Ducatis are... Yeah, the Ducatis appeared during the 80s in this game, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go for my 70s bikes start here with a CBX 6-cylinder bike, and then they go all the way to the... Well, these are from the 60s, so I don't know. Are they? I guess they are valid. I'm not sure. Well, anyway, well. Yeah, because let me see if this bike is valid. Yeah, because this is one of the ones I would like to choose. Because if I change maybe the computer chip and the muffler, it can get to a really good level. I mean, well, the tires will suck, that's for sure. But well, I think it could be good. Yeah, okay, it's from the 70s, yeah, anything before the 70s. So, well, anything from the 70s or before, so yeah, I'm going to change the bike a bit. Yeah, I think with, for example, the computer chip, that's not much. Let's see what a good muffler can do. Okay, 75 and 201 kilos, that's cool. And I'm gonna go also for the tire system because it's a really... Oh fuck. Oh, okay, it has the brakes, so I have to change the braking, I guess. Oh fuck, that's way too much. Yeah, I mean the bike doesn't have brake disc, so if you do not change the brakes, you cannot do it. So I'm going to do the classic. Yeah, okay, I can see that it doesn't have disc brakes all the way. Look at that rear wheel. These are drum brakes, so yeah. I'm gonna do it, so I'm gonna go for this. And yeah, with these looks, it should be enough for me to win the race. This time I'm going to talk about music because I did not have time last time. Yeah, because last time I wanted to do a bit of media in general, but I guess I concentrated a bit too much on Spanish TV series, and I had no time for the other things. So yeah, I'm going for this. Changing the volume up to 30. Sorry, I was going to do something like 20 or something like that. Oh, and the leading bike is a bike like mine. But there's also a couple of bikes like mine. I'm going to qualify first, so yeah, better this way. See you in a couple of minutes. Back from qualifying, and the news aren't good at all, so I'm going to modify this bike a ton more, because even though I fell down twice, my time would be like 4th place, not 1st, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm going to have to modify this bike quite a lot. Yeah, I don't know, but for some reason my head thought that, well, you know, there's a couple of modifications and I'll be done. But it's not gonna be like that, so yeah, let's change this bike quite a lot. Okay, the better carburetor, that's gonna help me a lot. 84 horsepower now. The cooler maybe? No. Not cooler. Maybe something around the suspension would be cool, because some of them are really lightweight. Also, well, it's not only about... Oh, that's much better, that's 15 kilos, that's a lot. I mean, I fell down twice, and it was in a kinda fast part of the... fast parts of the course, but still not what you want to see. breaking looks like so much of so big of a deal. So I'm not gonna do it because, well, it would be like 330,000 credits now and then like 120,000 here. So way too much. I mean, 100 kills, that should be more than enough. No, I think I'm going to try this way. I mean, if I can make a clean lap, I think I should be able to win. And I guess it's gonna be tough since it's a late A-level race. You know, it's on the right side of the event, and that means that, you know, it's gonna be tough. But nobody told me it would be that tough. Same times, yeah, pretty much the same times and same bikes, I think. So yeah, let's get to qualifying once again. Okay, I guess I overdid it, but I also have to mention that the lap I recorded, the 238, it's a flying lap, so yeah, I think it's not gonna be that big of a margin, and I guess I'll fall down several times, so yeah. Don't worry much about the difference. Okay, first then it goes, I guess it's gonna be the only one, and I hope there's only gonna be one. And well, and you can see that, well, that the other guy has some power, for sure. To make the things a bit harder, even though this bike has a terrible automatic shifting, I'm not gonna be downshifting. Also, the second improvement in power and weight is much better. At first the bike could only reach like 100 miles an hour on that stretch, and now I can do like 110 even when I'm having a bad line. Okay, that's a problem. Whoa, somebody's crashing. Yes. Whoa! Wow, this carnage on the first lap. Okay, then, well, I wanted to talk about some topic. Okay, music, I think it was, no? So yeah, what kind of music I like? My main styles would be rock, metal, ballads, and possibly and also classical music. I like classical music, honestly. And I don't know, for example, about metal, I do not like all kinds of metal. I need the singer to be, you know, to be singable. Is that even a word? I don't know. You know, I do not like when they are just screaming or when the instruments drown the voice. But I don't know. If I can understand the singer, I usually like that kind of metal, and well, also instruments and all have to be okay. I also like classical music. Some people think that liking rock and classical music doesn't make sense, but it does make sense if you think about it. I mean, metal music is kinda close to classical music. For example, I mean, in metal music you can find that kind of harmony and dialogue between the different instruments, and this time, well, with the voice. I do not like opera, for example. I mean, classical music, I like instrumental music. Yeah, because, well, singing, I guess singing wasn't exactly good back then, you know, 300 years ago. I mean, I like some pieces of classical music, and I like classical music kind of singers like Placido Domingo or Pavarotti or several others, but, you know, not my exact kind of music. I don't know, what more. For example, about classical composers, I like pretty much the mainstream ones. I mean, I've never found anyone that I like outside from the typical ones, you know, Mozart, Beethoven, Debussy, Chopin and all that. I don't know, It's just that, well, I haven't found anything that I like, so it's like that. I mean, there's not much talk about it. And well, even though those are my main styles, I can recognize good kinds of music outside those styles. For example, I think that Eminem, the original Eminem, not the one after the comeback, that himself after the first retirement is fucking bullshit to me. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that guy. Let me. Oh, by the way, I've just found out that the camera is not correct. Position it rightly. Okay. Okay, I was talking about the comeback of Eminem. Eminem was a great rapper. I mean, when I say great, I mean extremely good. I mean, I don't like rap, but I like Eminem a lot. Well, and I still like his older songs. I mean, I think that, well, he had a good flow, the lyrics were amazing, and even the instrumental part was quite good. But you know, after the comeback, I guess that he went too mainstream, but well, and really fucked up his career. I mean, he may have now more fans than what he had before, but I know that they aren't as real as well as his older fans are or were. Using the slipstream and a bit more power than him. But you know, well, outside of Eminem, I like some other rappers, but you know, not as much as him. And for example, I do not like black rappers, not because of race, but because of the style. I mean, I like clean rap in the terms of, well, I can understand, even though the guy is talking or rapping really fast, I can understand him, most of the words. But, well, when I cannot understand the rapper, it's no fun for me, because lyrics for me are a really big part of modern music. And well, outside of that, I don't know, for example, electronic music, I can like it. For example, the Daft Punk of you know, everything of Daft Punk that came out during or before the Tron Legacy movie, it's really good. I mean, for example, the Tron Legacy soundtrack is absolutely amazing. I mean, I do not like soundtracks, but well, in general. Yeah, only video game soundtracks. But, I mean, that soundtrack was really good. Fuck. Will he be able to touch it? Yeah. I'm riding a really crappy race, to be honest. But, I don't know, what more, I'm trying to think about it. Well, about pop music, well, there has been good pop music. I mean, pop music doesn't mean shit music, and it doesn't have to mean that. But the problem is that, well, that right now pop music is shit music, especially the boy bands, and well, pretty much everything pop right now is bullshit. For example, when I go back to the 90s, there was good pop music, or at least, you know, lyrics that didn't want to make you have a face palm with a chair. Yeah, because for example, one of the things I dislike a lot about music of nowadays, you know, the 2010s and late 2000s, are the lyrics. The lyrics are bullshit, all of them. I mean, they are trying to tell everybody to party and don't give a fuck about consequences. Don't give up. They are not about, you know, struggling or living a life. It's just like, okay guys, get drunk, fuck a lot, treat people like shit, and you'll be successful. And I do not like that. And I do not like that, not because of my, you know, my own ideals, and because that music is being listened by, you know, by kids, by teenagers, by pre-adults, that are truly believe in all that. I mean, if you think about boy bands, I mean, Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were absolutely golden when compared to The Wanted, One Direction, Outing, and all that kind of bullshit. I mean, I look back, I never liked Backstreet Boys or the Spice Girls, or NSYNC was kind of okay, but you know, not really a fan of them. But I was like, okay, they are not that crappy. But I mean, when I compare them to One Direction and all that, I guess I see like, holy shit. I mean, I guess I was a kid and a teenager during the golden age of boy bands or something like that, because it's like, oh my gosh, I mean boy bands nowadays are so crappy and have such bad concept and are using such bad concept of everything. Because, for example, the other day I was watching the teens react to One Direction, no sorry, YouTubers react to One Direction best song ever. Well, I hadn't listened to that song when it came out. I didn't expect that time, because, well, even though I do not like those kind of things, I try to listen to the songs at least a couple of times to see what's bullshit about it. And well, and when I was watching that video, you know, the YouTubers react, and I kinda concentrated on the music, at least when they were showing the video and the live reactions of the different YouTubers. I was pretty concentrated on, you know, on solely that, trying to listen to the song and watch the video properly. My reaction was like, what the fuck is this? Because they were talking about partying, but the video was about like, we are not part of the machine, even though they are clearly part of the machine, because, you know, there's a big company behind them, and well, and Simon Cowell is behind them. It's like, yeah, how can you not be part of the machine when your career has been driven like this? Also, I like the fact that their contract ends in, I think it's late 2014, because there's gonna be such a shitstorm afterwards that it's gonna be fucking golden. It's gonna be so entertaining, because, I mean, everybody's talking about that one of the guys is probably heading to a solo career, and then the other ones, well, some are like, okay, we are going to fall into nothingness, or maybe they are going to try to continue the group without the main guy. So it's gonna be fucking awesome. I mean, it's gonna be, I don't know, I think it's gonna be like the Take That split, but with much more teen suicides, which I think it's kind of positive, to be honest. Also, by the way, one of the things that make me value One Direction and all that much different than I could value NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. Now I can see the fandoms. I can see how fans react to whatever they do, thanks to things like Twitter, and it's fucking hilarious. Because you can see 12-year-old girls, and even less, telling their idols that they masturbate to them, and it's like, what the fuck? It's I mean, I don't know, my reaction when sometimes when I'm bored, I spend my time, you know, reading those kind of trending topics, and, you know, just trying to see what the fuck people talk about One Direction and all, and it's fucking hilarious. I mean, I've laughed so much while reading that. It's so fucking hilarious. I mean, I don't know, there was, from people cutting because, I don't know, maybe some of the guys is getting engaged to that, to, you know, to people, you know, telling the, girls telling their artists that they masturbate thinking about them. I think there was even, I'm trying to think about it, I think there was something else, and I'm forgetting about it. I don't know, okay, some girl asking One Direction to have a brand of dildos, of vibrators. So this was like, what the fuck, people? So it's, I don't know, it's really fun. It's really, well, not fun, funny. It's horrible. If you think about it, it's absolutely horrible. But it's like, okay, let's laugh about it, because crying would be not so manly. But also, it's not only about One Direction. I mean, I made that example, but it's everything. For example, if you are, I do not know if making you a fan of Lady Gaga, or I do not know if being a fan of Lady Gaga makes you homosexual, or being homosexual makes you a fan of Lady Gaga. But there's a definite relation between those two topics, because it's like, I've never seen a straight male liking Lady Gaga, or no, sorry, not liking Lady Gaga, but being a fan of Lady Gaga. It's like I guess you need to like boys to like Lady Gaga, even though that doesn't make sense to me. It's like, I don't know, if you look at the fans of Lady Gaga, they are either females or faggots. There's no straight male around there. Well, maybe the boyfriend of some girl, because the girl is a fan and he doesn't want to let the girl go alone to concerts. But it's like, it's almost a requirement. And what more? I'm trying to think about it more. And also the hate around certain pop artists, but only because, they are not One Direction, Lady Gaga or something like that. I mean, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber and boy bands concentrate pretty much make up for the biggest fandoms on the internet, and possibly also Taylor Swift. So if you're not part of that, you're gonna get hated a lot. I mean, for example, Pitbull was once boycotted into having to make some appearance in Alaska or something like that. I mean, the Pitbull had some contest going on that it was like, okay, if the Walmart that gets the most votes, I'll make some small concert for them for free. So people decided to send Pitbull to Alaska to some really small town. So I'm like, what the fuck, people? Why so much hate? Because, I mean, even though Pitbull, is bullshit, it's like, okay, there are worse than them. There's worse than him. For example, I do not like, pretty much. It's not because of race. Seriously, I mean, I'm kinda racist, but it's not. This time it's not because of race. But pretty much every single black singer, has some really bad lyrics. And for example, from Lil Wayne to Chris Brown to Tayo Cruz. Well, Tayo Cruz is like, it's more like brown, but it's still not white. So it's like, if you think about it, also the fact that Chris Brown has female fans still hurts my brain, because he's a female abuser, a singer, a female abuser, and his biggest fandom is females. So it's like, what the fuck, ladies? I guess that they are quite fucked up in the mind, because that's the only way you could like somebody that could potentially hit you. It's like, I don't know, I would never like a serial killer, because I know that if he's a serial killer, he could kill me, and I'm like, okay, no, let's not be a fan of somebody that can kill you. Oh fuck, I'm not a fan of that girl, because it can kill me. I mean, it's like that. And I don't know what more about it. Oh, okay, I forgot about Justin Bieber. I mentioned him, but Justin Bieber is like, I don't know, he's not that bad of a singer. He just has a not manly voice. But well, I guess that well, there has always been not manly voices in in pop music. So like okay, not the first. I mean John Lennon, no, Elton John is not that manly. Yeah, and he's also a homo. But I mean pop music has always had not so manly voices. So well, that's not the big deal about Justin Bieber. The problem with Justin Bieber is his fandom, the believers. And also the fact that he's quite damn selfish. But I guess it's not only because of him, but because of well how things have turned out to him. I guess he believes in. Yeah, I mean I'm only guessing, but I guess he believes himself as some kind of godlike creator. Because well, everything for him has worked out. Yeah, I mean he was his mother wanted to make him a singer, and he achieved that. He went to a lot of contests and then started posting videos on YouTube of vocal covers and all that. So it's like, I mean, since everything has worked out for him, I guess that well he's fucking selfish and egocentric, but it's like I guess it's more a consequence of everything around him. Also, because well, if you have a kid that can make millions of dollars easily, you're not gonna be like, you're a fucking idiot! Or if you say that, he's gonna kick you out of his environment, so, yeah. But, well, I guess, I do not like Justin Bieber, I do not like any of his songs, I've tried, I've heard to pretty much every single he has released, but it's not like, no, doesn't like it. I like the metal version of Baby that Andy Redfield made. It was, Justin Bieber singing normal, and it was just his voice, and Andy Redfield made a cover with metal music instruments, a guitar and drums and a strong bass. It was a really nice song, even though it included Justin Bieber's voice. For example, I mean, Justin Bieber is one of the reasons I think Vocaloid could finally work out at some point in history. Why? Because the main problem about Justin Bieber is his off-stage persona. He's quite good at the stage. I mean, sings well, pretty much, he sings decently, he dances decently, he pleases the fans, but there's a problem with him that, well, when he gets off the stage and far from the arena, he's a fucking douchebag. So that's his main problem. So, I mean, and Vocaloid, which is a computer software that makes, how can I explain Vocaloid? It's just that, well, Vocaloid is based that you select the syllables, you put them in order, you just make the text of the singer. And then you have to adjust the pitch and some other aspects of each syllable. So the outcome is, well, a singing voice. And a pretty nice one, because, well, it doesn't sound extremely robotic, so yeah, the result is pretty good. But for example, I mean, Vocaloid would be the solution against Justin Bieber. If you could, pretty much deactivate Justin Bieber when he gets out of the arena, he would have much more fans and he wouldn't be as hated as he is. Yeah, because for example, I mean, other big stars are not such douchebags. But well, when he gets off the stage, he's a fucking douchebag, and that's a problem for him and the people around him. The people making money out of him have that problem. But I guess it's not such a problem when you are making millions of dollars. I don't know. There's still like 4 minutes to go, so I don't know what can I say more. Oh yeah, Spanish music. Spanish music, I don't like it. I honestly don't like Spanish music. There's nothing in Spanish or from Spain in my music playlist. and I do not like it. Pop music is all too similar, and it's nothing like you know, a standard worldwide pop music. It's more like ballad-ish music, but not the good kind of ballads. So it's not that cool. And also, what more? Yeah, okay. People on radio says Bon Jovi is a rock musician when he's pretty much pop rock nowadays. So, and also, well, the only rock you can hear on you know, on Spanish radios are Bon Jovi, the Rolling Stones, and possibly what was the other one? And sometimes Aerosmith. But well, Aerosmith it's only because, well, I don't want to miss a thing. And possibly something like Europe, although Europe they don't use the more rock songs, but something more like Carrie and the Final Countdown and all that, so it's pretty much disco music. Well, electronic music, yeah, not disco. And well, I don't know, I do not like Spanish music at all. Well, I used to like it when I was a kid. I mean, there have been good pop music artists in Spain. For example, Alejandro Sanz during the 90s, he was quite damn good. I mean, the ballads are really nice and soft and tender and romantic, and well, that's okay to me. But for example, I do not like the fact that most singers in Spain right now are pretty much communist. Yeah, I mean, even though they are making millions, they are acting like if they were communists. Everyone is like, the government is shit, and they are robbing you, and they are so bad, and it's not that we make millions, but we are with you and all that. And it's like, what the fuck, people? I mean, you're literally making millions out of us. You cannot be with us. You are making money out of us. And it's like, what the fuck? And I don't know, that would be it. That would be, I don't know, my whole outlook on music, especially on modern music. And well, by the way, I do not like the fact that some people start disliking some groups when they get mainstream. The thing that I dislike about some groups is that when they get mainstream, they change their style, but it's not because they get mainstream, it's because they want to get even more mainstream. I don't know, one of them was like Green Day and Simple Plan. They were really good when they were kind of independent or not so well known. But when they started getting mainstream, they started to see to stick their style up their ass. They start ignoring their roots, and well, and that's not good. That's not good. That's not cool. I mean, that would be pretty much it. Oh, by the way, when I was young, apart from, well, when I was a kid, apart from Alejandro Sanz, I liked Andy Lucas. Yeah, there was a time when I liked them. I mean, they seem alright to me. I liked also Avril Lavigne, Green Day, Simple Plan. But then there was a game that changed everything, which was MTX Model Tracks, a 2003 PS2 game, which included heavy metal and rock, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fucking cool. And I pretty much stopped listening to other stuff. Because, well, I found I needed 12 years of my life, but I finally found the style that suited me the best. So yeah, that was my, my whole thoughts, all my thoughts about music in general. I loved, yeah, pretty much everybody. Well, not everybody, only 3 or 4 guys. Not good at all. Anyways. What the fuck? I already have this bike! Fuck them. I'm going to sell it right away. If the trading, okay, I was going to say, if the trading is active, I'm going to sell it right away. Okay, 20 minutes an hour. Yeah, because I still have this bike somewhere. Where is it? Yeah, okay, I have it here. But whatever. Okay, let's see my my opponents for the super endurance or something like that. I don't remember the name. King of endurance. Let's see my opponents and I'll decide if what kind of bike I can use. I don't know. There are a good bunch of models that I would like to use. Okay, so I have to use a pretty much standard sports bike will do the trick because it's only a 214. That's not really fast at all. I'm trying to think about possible bikes to use. Okay, emissions, favorites. I could use this one, but this one would give me a really big margin, a really big win, by the way. I mean, this is slightly better. So I'm going to use... I'm thinking. Let me think for fuck's sake! I mean, a 215 I could even do it with a 600cc bike. But I guess that would be kind of ugly for all the others. Yeah, because that would be like pretty much insulting them. So I'm going to use a BTR 1000. Yeah, I think I'm going to use a BTR 1000. Where are they? Okay, they are here. So I'm going to use the American version, the RBT, which is quite heavy, but I'm going to change it a bit, just a bit, in order to make it a bit more competitive. Not bad, the computer chip is not bad, could be cool. But with this and a couple more changes, that would be the bike I want to use. I guess that this bike wasn't really intended to be extremely competitive for some reason. Okay, I'm going to use the 17.5 inches sport compound, which is a bit like a track day tire. And then I'm gonna do this classic modification. And with that, I think I should be able to win the race easily. Yeah, I mean I have 150 horsepower, 184 kilos over the weight. How does this bike look without a ride? Really cool. I like the V shape of the... I think it's the air intake. Yeah, I mean I could do this too. But that would be, oh my gosh, 176 kilos. And the swing arm looks pretty. But no, let's keep it there. Yeah, I mean that should be enough. I'll qualify anyways to see if it's gonna be enough. And my last commentary about things, it's gonna be about YouTube. I'm going to talk about YouTube, not only about the main YouTubers, but also about my own YouTube experience, but about my goals here on YouTube. I'll try to talk about it. Let's qualify first. Okay, I fell down once, but it was in a pretty fast spot. It was on the 2 turns before the tunnel, on that right-hander king. So I think it's gonna be enough for me to win, so yeah, let's do it. Okay, first attempt, I hope it's the only one, of course. And the Super Sport 1000 DS got a really good jump, but well, it clearly faded, it clearly wasn't enough to beat the Suzuka XR 1000. So okay, let's talk about YouTube. YouTube, that really awkward place where I pretty much live, because I mean, if I was using YouTube outside my house, I would be spending more time on YouTube than inside my house. I mean, it's that fucking big for me. I like YouTube, but it's because, well, of the amount of things I can do. I mean, I like YouTube because, well, I can create stuff for you, for example. I can also see other stuff from people, you know, original stuff, producer stuff, you know, pretty much anything. I can watch races. I use YouTube to watch races quite a lot. Classic races, modern races, races that maybe have happened just a couple of hours earlier. But you know, I use it as a racing feed. And I don't know, what more? I like it a lot. I mean, I really like it a lot. And I think it's a really good tool for people all over the world to keep them entertained and even to get money. The problem is that, well, there are several bad things. One of them, for me, is the top YouTubers. They are not that good, and some of them are just failures from other stuff. For example, you know, there are failed actors, failed comedians that have millions and millions of subscribers, and I do not find that fair. I do not find it fair. Because I think YouTube should be more about, you know, amateurs with, you know, just doing it for fun, that ultimately become famous. For example, I don't know, if you want me to go back in time to the beginnings of YouTube, I think Typhoon Day, the guy from Chocolate Rain, that kind of thing, you know, that pretty bad song, to be honest. And it was fucking stupid, especially the lyrics. And that guy, for me, is much more of a YouTuber than PewDiePie, Smosh, or anything, or some other like Niga Higa and all that. I mean, the top YouTubers nowadays are pretty much failures. They used to they failed at, you know, at maybe, you know, getting a good casting. For example, you know, I think the guys from Smosh, I think they were child actors. I think they were something like that. I mean, I found footage of them. I mean, it's been uploaded, not only to YouTube, but even to other platforms, you know. For example, I know the Fine Bros. The Fine Bros are failed producers and video editors, and comedians. Ben and Rafi Fine have worked in Hollywood quite a lot, and even though I really like their kids react and all that, but for example, when they get to their job, for example, my music for example is fucking awful. I mean, I've tried to watch that mini-series and it's like, what the fuck are you trying to make me watch? And I don't know, what more. Also, well, some people have had cheating ways to become famous. I mean, I think number one of that is possibly PewDiePie. Because, you know, the fact that PewDiePie moved from one country to another, well, it helped him a lot. I mean, I already talked about that. I think it was on the Clean Green Motel race or something, well, in one of them. And that's cheating for me, because, well, I haven't moved places, so yeah, my subscribers are pretty much from Spain. Well, I know I have subscribers from elsewhere, from other places, but I know that my main subscribers are and will be from Spain. Why? Because I'm Spanish. I record the videos in Spain, and they get published mainly in Spain. And they get promoted mainly in Spain, not in Russia, not in Finland. Although I know how to engage some countries. For example, if you ever post a rally video, it's quite fucking sure you're gonna have people from Finland watching it. Why? Because they love rallying. They love rallying, and they watch a lot of rallying videos. I mean, it's that fucking easy. They like rallying and they watch rally videos, so if you ever post something about rallying, they are going to watch it. I mean, I've discovered that over time, because this is not my first channel, I had one before. I think I was, I mean, not the first Spanish YouTube user, but you know, I was pretty early. I was quite early when it comes to YouTube. I think I started in 2007, posting my first couple of videos in late 2007. Yeah, I know that's not the true beginning of YouTube, but you know, it's the early age of it. Okay, this is going to get 80. But I mean, for example, I think about myself as a true YouTuber, because my main objective has always been doing stuff. I mean, I've never had a true objective. For example, right now, if you look at my channel, it's mainly about gameplays, vocal covers and supercars. But well, that's one of my, you know, it's just things I like. I mean, if I become famous, okay, I'm not gonna say like, oh no, I do not want to become famous. But, I mean, if I become famous, I'm not gonna be angry, that's for sure. I think it would be awesome to be famous and, you know. Although, well, awesome and not awesome, because, well, I would have enemies. And I would have responsibilities. And that's one thing that terrifies me, because for example, if I ever have a lot of Twitter followers, I know that I won't be able to be as offensive as I am. I mean, I like to make, I have a really dark kind of humor. So, I mean, if I ever become famous, I know that people are not gonna like that. And I usually make jokes about dead people, jokes about, you know, for example, whenever there's a tragedy, I finally end up making some joke about it. Like, I don't know, right now, no, I cannot remember anyone, but for example, there's a series in Spain that the Italians will have shortly, in not much time. That is about a bunch of guys with cancer. Well, I think there are 2 with cancer, there's a girl that has anorexia or something like that, there's a guy in a coma, and there's another that is fucked up in his head. Yeah, I mean, well, they say it's Asperger, but well, I have that and it's nothing like that. So I'm gonna say that he's only fucked up in his head. That's much more accurate. So I mean, I'm usually making jokes about that. I mean, I'm usually making jokes about the series because the series is not realistic at all. But it's also, well, it's also jokes about the illnesses and all. But I don't know, it's just that, well, I guess my responsibilities would take over at some point. But I don't know, it's just, I think it's cool. For example, I don't know. I mean, I would love it. Yeah, because well, I've always been that kind of guy that needs people to say well done to whatever I do. I mean, I do not have much self-esteem, so people telling me that I've done a good job and all that really cheers me up. I'm gonna let this guy pass. And see what the fuck I can do behind him. Yeah, because I was getting bored of hitting his engine all the time on my back. Oh fuck, he's gonna run away or what? slightly better than him, but every time I make a mistake he's right behind me, and that makes me really nervous. Yeah, slingshot! I do not like this American version of the BTR, to be honest, also known as the RC51, even though that name was really never used. It wasn't like the RC30 or the RC45, whose names were pretty published. This one wasn't as popular using the racing code. So I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah, YouTube. I don't know what more. I do not like how some people say they do gameplays, but they do not do them. For example, I know PewDiePie. Sometimes I can hardly believe he's truly playing the game. I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. There's something about it that makes me think that he recorded the game on one take, and then started saying stupid things on another take. I don't know. There's something about it that makes me think that. And also, for example, I like several YouTubers. For example, one of them would be Rhino GT4. Rhino GT4, I think it's. I mean, he's a crazy motherfucker, and I love that. I mean, because he's a bit like me. He likes video games, and he just records himself playing them. He has no fucking objective. His only objective is to have fun, get some viewers, because I do not really think that his style could get him millions of views. But you know, he only wants to have fun, and I do not think he cares much about the viewers. Well, I mean, he cares about it because, you know, we give him support and all that, but it's not like he depends on us or anything like that. And also he's an amazing dude. He's really funny, and I mean, for example, I don't know, he's like a more serious version of Daniel Harkasser, aka the Nerdcube. Nerdcube is maybe out of the most famous players on YouTube, he's the most amazing one. Because he's fucking sick. I mean, his head doesn't work alright. I mean, he's hilarious. He's really, really funny. And also he has that kind of, and he's even though he edits the videos a lot, he can even be great when unedited. Because, well, he showed that because a week ago or so. A week ago from when I'm recording, no, when you are going to watch this. But sometime, you know, not many days ago, he crossed the line and got 1 million subscribers. So it's like, wow, okay, so what? He made a celebration video, which is possibly, you know, the hardest video to watch ever. Well, it should be the most horrible video ever. But it turns out to be fucking marvelous, which is him playing Desert Bus. Desert Bus is a really stupid game for the Sega CD that was never released to the public, which consists of you trying to drive a 380 miles long straight on the Arizona desert with no traffic whatsoever, with your speed not being able to go over 45 miles an hour. That means that the trip is at least 8 hours long. And also, the bus tends to go to the right. So you really have to keep you know, constant attention to the game, because it's nothing like you have to give a fuck about the bus, because if you do not give a fuck, the bus will go off the road and crash, and the game will end, because there's nothing else to do. I mean, there's no traffic, there's no obstacle, there's nothing. It's just him playing that, but the good thing is that, well, he's talking all the way through. He never stops talking, he never stops talking throughout the 8 hours of video. They are 4 videos, but you know, yeah. He never stops talking throughout the whole recording. And it's a fucking amazing piece because, well, he talks about his life, he talks about what he likes, what he dislikes, he talks even, I think that he even goes to politics or something like that. I mean, it's fucking amazing. I mean, I didn't watch the whole 8 hours, I only watched like 4 hours or 5 hours. But I was like, this is possibly the best YouTube video ever. Because, I mean, I was entertained throughout the 5 hours. I think I watched like the first 2 hours. Then I watched like, I think it was 1 hour and a half of the second video. I missed the last half hour of the second video for some reason. I do not remember. Then I watched an hour or so of the third video. And then I watched the whole fourth video, the fourth and final video, the last 2 hours. And well, I was paying attention to the video all the way through. Because, well, he was not only talking about a bit about the game and about games he likes, games he dislikes, and it was everything about him. It was like, I don't know, someone should do a DVD about it and call it Essential Daniel Sargasso. Because it's all about that. And it's a really amazing video. I mean, I do not recommend it to you because, well, it's still 8 hours long. But, well, the experience is pretty fucking great. And you get to know the guy behind the camera a lot. Also, he's quite an authentic YouTuber because, well, he's not a frustrated actor, he's not a frustrated comedian, he's just a guy that started recording videos. I mean, his first videos aren't even about video games. He did, I think there were a couple of video vlogs or something like that. He also recorded him on some other stuff, but I do not remember what was it. But you know, he's not a frustrated star. He's just a guy with a fucking camera. And that's what makes him so amazing to me. Because for me the best kind of YouTubers are the ones that really didn't want to become famous when they started. I mean, for example, if you want me to talk about myself on YouTube, I do not know why I started. I remember. I started to have a user in order to have favorites, to like, well, to give stars, to rate videos, and to comment them, and to comment on them. It was about that, all about that. Those were my objectives on YouTube. Rate videos, comment on videos, and have a list of favorites. And that's all. I mean, that's all I needed from YouTube. I mean, I did not want to become famous or anything like that. And when I started, people were one day famous with YouTube. It was nothing like, or well, more like one day YouTube famous. They were more like email famous. You know, like, because it was the time where people were sharing videos throughout using the emails, and it was all about that. So yeah, I mean, for example, after that, you know, I recorded a couple of kind of personal videos, you know, me doing stuff. Then I recorded myself doing some stunt in a video game. A stunt I hope I can do again, because I think it would be fucking golden to do it. Yeah, I think it would be fucking awesome. If you let me play throughout the Motocross vs ATV Untamed, I'll recreate my stunt. and it was just something I did for fun, and it was extremely fun, and I really liked it. And that was the first video that truly got me views, to be honest. It was recorded in a friend's house because he had a camera. I've never had a video camera, never. So he had a video camera, and I was at his house, and I brought the game with me. So we decided to record something. But the problem was that, well, that we discovered that there was no way to keep the camera stable and having a good point of view to the TV. So we decided that one of us would do something and record it. And I remembered something to do on a free ride map. And well, and I tried to do it, and I think it was on the second attempt I was able to do it. And it was fucking cool, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to post this on YouTube. And that was it. I mean, that was my beginning on YouTube. Then after that, I recorded myself singing. I recorded myself playing Guitar Hero, also singing, to be honest. I recorded myself playing several other games like Outrun 2006. There was even a rivalry going on with Outrun 2006 because, well, somebody watched my video and thought I was pretty good, but not that good. So a rivalry started with a sweat with an accent. I still remember the username. So we recorded ourselves playing more than a couple of times, trying to beat each other's times. And well, even though he was faster than me, he recognized that I was quite damn fast to be even though I was playing with the automatic transmission. So yeah, I mean, that was it, and well, it was quite a fun era of my YouTube experience. Then I don't know what more did I record? And I recorded several stuff, but then, well, I started doing video vlogs, and one of them, well, pretty much set the world on fire. And when I mean set the world on fire, it's more literal than you could think. I did a video vlog talking about homosexuality, bisexuality, and transgender people. Oh, fireworks outside in my town. Though, well, I started doing video vlogs throwing my opinion on certain stuff, and one of the videos I made was about that, LGBT. So, and well, what was my problem? That video reached a former colleague from the university, and I think she was a bisexual, or maybe a lesbian, I'm not even sure. But well, she knew somebody that was quite internet famous at a Spanish level, and well, and my video got posted in several forums about LGBT people in Spain. So I mean, to be honest, I still remember that with a smile, even though the reaction was horrible. Like the people's reaction was horrible. But I still remember it with a smile because out of fucking nowhere, I started getting thousands and thousands of views each hour. I mean, I wasn't famous. I was completely unknown, and people started knowing me. And even, I mean, and things got pretty serious after a while, after a couple of days. And like 50,000 views after. Well, personal information got released because, well, there were bastards that they were telling people where I live, my phone number and all that. So I mean, even though the result was horrible, it was fucking hilarious because I mean, even though people were like, go kill yourself, go fuck yourself, you shouldn't be alive and all that, I was fucking laughing my ass off. Because I found it hilarious, because I mean, I didn't want to become famous. I mean, my video vlogs were pretty much about for the subscribers I had at that time. it wasn't, you know, it wasn't for me. My intentions weren't to become famous. And lately, well, my YouTube live has been resumed. Well, I resumed my YouTube live shortly after with this channel, and people have not. I guess that the people that hated me back then haven't found me yet. I guess that if I get famous with something, I'll get chased down again, but well, whatever. And finally, these 40 last seconds, I want to talk to you about some people that I've been having a really good time with them, and I hope I still have a good time with them. That is the people from the Utica Home Track series, UHTS. Those guys are a fucking amazing bunch of crazy guys from the state of New York. Mainly from the state of New York. I think there's somebody from California and a couple more guys. But well, I mean, they are just amazing, and I've been appearing on a couple of videos by them. So I mean, I don't know. I'll link to their channel because, well, reason one, because I appear in some videos, and the reason number two, and maybe the main reason, it's because, well, they are a really good bunch of guys, and I think that those guys deserve to be famous because, I mean, they are funny and they like racing games. I think about them as a really good bunch of guys. So that was it. That was my last endurance race. What the fuck? I also have this bag. What the fuck? Come on. Jesus Christ. So yeah, complete. The A level is almost complete. I only need to do this, which is gonna be 4 race series. That means 24 races, and I'll try to do it in just 2 videos and not 3, just to keep the number of videos a bit small. And I also think that, well, you should be getting used to longer videos because, well, this is the end of the game and I do not want to have 70 videos. So yeah, I finally ended the endurance races, and I hope you had a good time listening to me talking about bullshit. So see you next time, guys. Bye bye.